All right, Robot, we're going to set up a fitness improvement plan today using the DMAIC method, but you have to wait 1.9 seconds. All right, here's the stunt. We did this the other day. I'm going to haul half my body weight up these stairs 4 times. And this is a modification of the stunt proposed by Peter Attia. We're back in our lair this morning, and we're going to talk about the DMAIC method of fitness improvement. We're going to concentrate this morning on the improve phase. Just for fun, let's make our candidate for improvement sort of a fictitious character. We'll have to come up with a name for him. He's a 50-year-old male. He has a BMI of about 40, and you would say that he is a couch potato. We're going to see if we can do an improvement program for him. So here's the project. We've defined the project as this Peter Attia farmer's carry project, where you carry 2 20-pound weights up 4 flights of stairs. That's 40 pounds, which is the equivalent of a golf bag. It's the equivalent of a kid. It's the equivalent of a couple of pieces of carry-on luggage, so it's kind of an applicable weight. And the idea of carrying it up the stairs is a measurement of fitness and grip strength, both of which are indicators of longevity. The measurement, well, we haul our friend, we'll have to come up with a name for our friend, but we haul him out into the backyard or wherever the stairway is and evaluate his ability to go up and down. And we find out that he can't go up and down the stairs without pausing, and he can't hang on to that much weight for that length of time. The analysis of all this is that he's deficient in cardio, and he lacks basic grip strength, and so that's the area of improvement that we're going to have. We're going to come up with an improvement plan to improve his walking, grip, and do some strengthening exercises so he can make it up these stairs. You can use a personal trainer or other consultant to do this stuff. I use ChatGPT, and it actually was quite good. It gave a whole list of specific activities and a schedule for this fellow to do over a 90-day period, gradually increasing the intensity, running tests throughout the program. Do I need to tell you to consult a medical professional before beginning this or any other fitness program? It's probably a good idea you do that, especially if you're in the kind of shape our friend here is. So the question comes up, how does all this change if our candidate is over 70? Well, we can expect slower recovery time, so our sessions might be reduced to 3 times a week initially, and lower weight, more emphasis on joint mobility, smaller loads, modified stair training, such as using a handrail for a while, measuring perceived exertion and heart rate, and setting up a longer timeline. We might try to do this over a 6-month period, depending on what the condition is of our candidate going into here. The whole methodology, however, is the same in both cases. We're defining the project. We are taking some preliminary measurements to find out what the current level of capability is. We're doing some analysis of that and using that to develop an improvement plan for a 70-year-old male with a BMI of 32 in this particular case. I don't know what you would do with a 70-year-old male with a BMI of 40. I suppose the same thing. The question further comes up is, how does any of this change if the candidate is female? Well, in the case of a 50-year-old woman around menopause, muscle loss is even more pronounced. Bone health is an issue. Grip strength is an issue. Cardio response might be blunted. Recovery and sleep might be more fragile. And then also the motivation method might change. Positive mastery-based framing, you're building strength for life. We might approach the candidate with that in order to improve motivation. We should talk about risk factors before we get too deeply into this. Obviously, if we have conditions like obesity, hypertension, diabetes, sleep apnea, joint issues, sedentary lifestyle, or menopause, we have to take this into consideration when developing the fitness plan. And even if you start light on any of this stuff, if there are any of the following things, chest discomfort, dizziness, joint pain, medications, it's best to get the green light from some authoritative figure that's certified in this process to develop any kind of fitness program. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about the control phase, where we track progress, we reinforce the candidate's identity, we make adjustments in our program depending on what happens in the system. We're going to develop a support system, and we're going to visualize what's at stake in order to maintain higher levels of motivation. Anyway, after having said all that, we're going to go back up to the actual example of where I did this and see what happens. Thanks for watching. Don't do that.